Patuloy na nanadagdagan ang bilang ng mga nasawi sa malahas na protesta sa Iraq. Yan at ang iba pang paspas na balita sa abroad, hatid pa rin ni Jaimie Herrell. Jaimie, what's up in abroad?
Idol Rafi, the death toll has reached 110 after days of protests in Iraq. In the latest tally, more than 6,000 protesters were hurt following the clashes between the police and protesters. Despite the number of deaths and injuries, the Iraqi police said that no shootout was intentional, but the protesters are still unfazed. They still believe protesters said the government has not fulfilled any of the demands, calling for the resignation of Prime Minister Adil Abdul-Mahdi. Speaking of ongoing protests, a journalist was hit by a petrol bomb as protesters defied the emergency laws of Hong Kong. A Molotov cocktail hit the journalist after the protests ended in violent clashes. Police fired tear gas and baton charged the crowds, while some demonstrators threw bricks and petrol bombs at police. Meanwhile, the demonstrators' protesters concealed their faces in defiance of face mask ban. Arrested protesters will face a maximum of 1 year in jail for breaking the mask ban. Meanwhile, 13 women were found dead after a migrant boat sank in the Mediterranean Sea in Italy. The Italian Coast Guard said rescued vessels had picked up 22 survivors, but they feared many other people might have died in the accident. According to reports, the ship, which had set sail from Tunisia, had been carrying 50 people. But they continued to sail despite the bad weather, and one of the survivors said she had lost her sister and 8-month-old niece in the tragedy. The Italian magistrates have opened an investigation into the disaster.